Hey guys, one of our members sent me a really great question. His name is Mark, and Mark says, Aaron, I tend to stiffen up around new people, and my personality just doesn't come through. I feel like I'm mostly living in my head, my conversations don't flow, and I'm just not all there. I'm a really sarcastic person with a good sense of humor and personality, but when I'm with a bunch of people or around a big group, it just doesn't happen for me. What can I do? Any advice? Mark, this is a great question, and I feel your pain, my friend. I have not always been as jovial and as basically smooth when it comes as I stutter and stammer. Like this? I understand. Let's talk about it. Being comfortable in social situations is really the key to you being able to interact and network and communicate as effectively as possible. The issue comes in being comfortable. Me personally, it's funny, I used to be really uncomfortable with interacting with people around my same age. You put me in a crowd with older people, I'm fine. Younger people, I'm fine. But my peer group, for some reason, I just didn't connect with, or I felt like I wasn't connecting with. This is years ago, obviously. But what I started to do, and I'm thinking that this might help you if you also are in similar situation to both, you know, the old me and Mark, is that I started making conversation with people that don't matter. And what I mean by that is, say you go into a grocery store and you go up to the cashier. You typically will say like, hey, how are you? And they'll say, fine, how are you? And blah, 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 very surface. But what I started doing was engaging them one step further, asking them a little bit more engaging of a question to get them talking, to get them communicating. And really what I found was, if I did this every time I went out, every situation I was in, like say I went to a gas station, or I was, like I said, going to check out at a grocery store, or the server at a restaurant, you start engaging people that really you have no commitment, you have no connection to. You get so much better at interacting with people that when the time comes and it actually counts. I guess what I'm getting at is basically small talk skills. The more you practice, like anything else, the better you get. You might want to sit down and think about some stock questions that you ask these people just to get them to loosen up and to open up a little bit more. Engage them one step further than you normally would. You know, for me, it's if somebody is checking me out, I might say, I'll bet you meet some really strange people, and sort of chuckle, and typically immediately they are like smiling and, oh yeah, you have no idea. Oh yeah, and it opens up more conversation. The more you practice, the better you get. Like I said, I used to be kind of bad at it, and I wasn't real comfortable in social situations or settings. But because I've started to talk to pretty much everybody, I've gotten a lot better at it and a lot more comfortable. So guys, if you're feeling a little bit out of place or out of sorts when you're going to a social situation or you're forced to interact, I would do this. I would sit back, I would relax, I would take everything in. Don't feel the need or the pressure to come out and be funny. Don't try and be charming. Don't try, Sit back, watch and listen, and start learning about the people that you're interacting with. Once you feel ready, then start engaging them in conversation. But the best way to practice is with people that don't matter. So I hope that helps.